We've got a lot to get into here today, people. So, as you guys can see, once again, I am traveling out here in Texas, helping out with some tribe fun. So if you guys hear some stuff here and there, that's why Lex and OJ are screaming downstairs periodically. But we are not missing out on a Starr Park CCTV update video because my goodness, things have been cooking. The last time we discussed anything here on this channel was at the beginning of the 7th day, so November 7th of 1995, and as you guys can see, it is now the 13th. But starting things off here with the remainder of the 7th day. So of course, we had already mentioned some of the elements that changed with Rick's desk. Almost every single day, there's going to be a change, which has spawned some really interesting theories of importance, which we will be breaking down a little bit later on in this episode today. Still nothing incredibly important that is clickable on the desk, but as we saw at the end of our most recent episode here covering it, we had an addition of that walkie-talkie once again, a newer element to the desk that I think has some importance. But my goodness, that would just be scratching the tip of the iceberg with what was to come on the 7th day of this CCTV footage, because we ended up getting a brand new code leaked to us. We have Dynamike in Bull's diner where Bull is working. Bull reaches over just to see what he's doing, and he escapes away with his gems that he collected from the mine, but leaving one behind. Bull picks it up and changes into the Bull that we know from Brawl Stars, causing quite the commotion and howling to finish the clip. Pretty dang interesting, I'm not gonna lie. It looks like our theory is kind of coming true, where the gems that Dynamike ended up uncovering is the source of some of the problems that we see at Starr Park, changing Bull from a just regular cook at Bull's diner into this menace that we saw in Bull's kitchen there towards the end, and the Bull that is very reminiscent of the one that we have in Brawl Stars right now. So pretty crazy. As we've been doing, taking a look at the journal entry on November 8th of 1995 to give Rick's context of what ended up happening the day before, and he ends up saying, interesting activities in Bull's diner last night. I'll have what he's having. So in my opinion, what we've been seeing from Rick is this jolly security guard that thinks the job is incredibly easy, but now he's starting to see some wild stuff. Still kind of joking about the stuff that's going on here, seeing that I guess not a whole lot of bad things have happened yet, but he's kind of seeing it. Transitioning to November 8th of 1995, once again, as we've kind of grown accustomed to, there are changes to the desk. The desk no longer has the walkie-talkie, as well as the pen has been removed. Kind of the same exact situation or vibes that we keep continuing to have on new days, just things coming and going, basically simulating that stuff is happening at the desk. Now, as for specific changes, we didn't get another Easter egg video, and there seems to be a little bit of a trend going on when we get them, and that is pretty much so every other day. As you can see by the logged dates here of the Easter egg videos, we have the very first one coming on November 4th, then November 5th, but now ever since that one, we've been going every other day. So we have these crazy juicy days on this CCTV footage, and then a rest day, it almost feels like. Now, just because we don't have an Easter egg video doesn't mean we didn't have anything happening on November 8th. Probably the most significant things is from Rick's journal entry, a really interesting theory spawning from it, as well as some changes to the looping footage. As for the changes with the looping footage, it appeared that we didn't end up seeing inside of Bull's diner, kind of like it was closed for the day. Maybe Bull was neglecting his responsibilities ever since he changed with this found gem from Dynamike. But then we have the journal entry from Rick on November 9th recounting what happened on the 8th, and that is a lot of suspicious activities happening around here. Is Mercury in retrograde? Now, probably one of the coolest theories that I've seen spawned about this journal entry has come from Sub-Zero Turnup, a goated theory crafter here within the Brawl Stars community. But Turnup ended up discovering something interesting about the Mercury in retrograde comment here over on his YouTube community tab. Mercury is associated with the technology, media, and communications. So it's believed that that when it goes retrograde, appears to be moving backwards, communication and the like are more prone to breaking down. He then continues here, going back to the date of the log, November 9th of 1995, we can see Mercury is not in retrograde. So why mention it? Well, while it wasn't at the time, it will become retrograde starting on December 12th, the same day as Brawl Stars' anniversary. So because of this, Turnup theorizes that considering communication is more than likely to be breaking down, will this be the cause of the CCTV's inevitable deactivation, or will something different be coming this anniversary? Kind of interesting. A lot of the speculation that at least we've been discussing is this is a very good opportunity for the dev team to release fun content alongside of this, right? Lore leading to something really, really interesting, kind of like what we've saw with the WKBRL in the past. Maybe something special will end up happening this year's Brawl Stars anniversary. We'll have to wait and see. But moving on to November 9th of 1995, getting a brand new Easter egg video this time around, and I'm not gonna lie, this one is incredible. So the desk today has quite a few interesting changes. The very first one that's noteworthy is a brand new calendar of the month of November that's crossing off some days. There's also there on the right next to the telephone a brochure of some sort, and then a strange device or remote there also by the phone. Super, super interesting. But like I said before, oh boy, we got a brand new video to uncover and it is crazy. We have two new individuals getting brainwashed by gems, and that is Leon and Nita. They go into Bull's diner where Bull is kind of going insane. Maybe that's why it's closed. We have Leon picking up the gem, stealing it, going invisible, and Bull sees them, starts shooting at both of them, shoots Nita's hat off, then Nita finds the gem, Bull shooting at Leon running away, and Nita goes freaking Super Saiyan, attacking Bull, and then Bull is absolutely beaten down at the end of it. Wild, dude. So that is now 4 people who have succumbed to the influence of these purple gems within Starr Park. Once again, theorized here on the channel a few episodes ago that might have a hand in doing some bad things at Starr Park. Shedding light on this, once again, we have Rick's journal entry one day later on November 10th. Note to self, don't touch the terrifying glowing rocks. Yeah, dude, don't. Quite honestly, a really insane day. We also had some changes to the looping footage on the CCTV, and that was specifically, we saw Bull for the majority of the day before the actual Easter egg video was found, just chilling in Bull's diner in his changed state. He's not cooking anymore, he's just there, the Bull that we know and love from Brawl Stars, and because he's not cooking, the customers aren't eating anything, so Bull's diner's kind of nothing going on. November 10th of 1995 is next, and once again, the desk has changed. The calendar is no longer there, the brochure is in a different location, as well as the remote device is not there as well. Also, the coffee cup moves pretty much so every single day. Now, as we've been seeing reoccurring with these Easter egg videos, like I said before, we didn't get anything today. It's like on an every other day schedule, so kind of a more laxed day, if you ask me. However, that doesn't mean nothing ended up happening. Taking a look at Rick's journal entry we have on November 11th, giving us context after November 10th. Note to self, apply to that mall security job when I get home. Yeah, dude, good idea. As you can see with this trend from Rick's journal entries, right? As time goes on, Rick is coming to learn more and more about the bad things that has been going on at Starr Park, and the job is no longer as carefree and easy. There's a lot more stressors involved when people are running around shooting at each other, like Bull, Leon, Nita fighting. Now, once again, as for the looping footage, we had some interesting changes on this day preceding the events at Bull's Diner. Most of the changes happening recently has been to Bull's Diner, but today, the footage within the diner is an absolute wreck from what ended up going down between Nita, Leon, and Bull. It's starting to become quite crazy in Starr Park, if you ask me, because of these stinking gems. They're fighting much like we fight with the brawlers within Brawl Stars every single day. While at the same time, there was a brand new perspective within the town environment in the looping footage as well, which can be interesting. Like I said before, almost after every single Easter egg video, there's some sort of interesting change to the loop or the perspectives that we see within the park. But then, oh boy, moving along to November 11th, 1995, we have a brand new Easter egg video and it's crazy. We had changes to the desk as well. The calendar is back yet again. We have a walkie-talkie there this time around. No device, the remote device, and then the brochure there as well. But getting into the crazy Easter egg video that we ended up seeing, another person within Brawl Stars ended up changing because of the gems, and it's our boy Poco. We got a face reveal for Poco, the street performer. He's just hanging out, face paint, a boy it looks like. But then Leon drops the gem in his guitar case and he changes to the Poco that we know today, shooting at the people who are listening to him. In my opinion, this one is crazy for a few different reasons. Number one, I never considered Poco to be a regular person. I always considered him to being like a spirit, but it's nuts that the gem ended up having this effect on him specifically. We're seeing all sorts of different types of effects that the gems are having on characters within Brawl Stars, right? Changing them in different ways. But I think Poco's was the most noteworthy and, in my opinion, spawning some interesting theories that we can go off of. Rick's journal entry giving us perspective here on November 12th of November 11th. The employee cafeteria is going to be awkward tomorrow. Super interesting, and honestly, I don't know completely what it might mean. Maybe higher ups are finally addressing it employee-wide, right? Talking to the employees of Starr Park, addressing what's been going down here. But whatever it means, I'm sure we'll be getting context here on it in the future. One thing that I do want to theorize about is how these gems are affecting individuals inside of Starr Park that are getting affected by them. So one thing that I find interesting, as we mentioned before, is it's affecting people in different ways. It's not just turning them crazy like Dynamike did in the mine, which was the very first theory. Bull was changed in a different way. Leon was able to go invisible. Nita went absolutely nuts. And now Poco's changing into like this spirit form character, which we know of. One theory that I really like, and I think we might be on the right track, is the gems affect individuals who are affected based on what they're into or personality traits, right? So it's hard to tell what Bull's personality trait is, seeing that he changed into like a biker, this hard guy. But we can see it with Dynamike going a little cuckoo for gems. He's a prospector, so it makes a lot of sense. That's kind of a personality trait for him. When it comes to Leon, he's this sneaky stealer guy, already addressed and showcased in one of the other Easter egg videos where he was stealing from Mandy within Starr Park. Nita, I don't know, she's just crazy, getting these insane powers from the gems. And then finally we have Poco, a street performer, obviously changing to kind of what fits his personality. I got a feeling the gems like pull out what they're good at, a brawler, or their deepest interests, and turns that into a weapon for them to battle. I'm not sure why, I'm not sure if we'll ever get context, I'm hoping we do, but I think it's interesting. New day, and a lot has happened recently, however, just within the last few hours here. So we're going to kind of try to fast forward through November 12th, 13th, 14th, and getting us to present day. So to help narrate us through these last few days, where nothing really happened since the Poco footage, we have Rick's journal entries. On November 12th of 1995, the employee cafeteria is going to be awkward tomorrow. Then the following journal entry, we have a lot to discuss at the water cooler today. A lot. And now, on the 14th of November, we have sneaking out of work early tonight. Hope nothing crazy happens. So as we said before, with these Easter egg videos, there seems to be a little bit of a schedule going on where a new bit of context or footage comes out every other day. However, this time around, it was a little bit different. We didn't get any new footage since the Poco one, except this early morning. Of course, each and every day leading up here to the morning of November 15th, we've had changes to the desk. And the most noteworthy thing that ended up happening to the looping footage was actually some interesting fog rolling in, I believe, a day ago, which of course is very, very interesting given the journal entry from Rick on the 14th, sneaking out of work early tonight, hope nothing crazy happens. The fog was rolling in and we had this journal entry. Of course something is going to happen happen when Rick is out and not looking at the park, man. Which then finally brings us to the brand new Easter egg video, which will catch us up to speed to current day. Early this morning or late last night, whatever you would like to say, we had a post coming out advertising the brand new Frank skin coming to Brawl Stars, and we have a post here from Danny with the post in mind. Look how beautiful it is in game, where we see RT with a code for his name. Plugging in the brand new code, where we're hit with some madness here. We have Shelly making her way into the picture, running into Dynamike, and the gems spill everywhere. She picks up the gem. Dynamike yells at her. She shoots Dynamike, and Dynamike, it appears, dies from the explosion. Shelly's hiding the body, man. All surprised. Oh my gosh. Man, I don't know what's up with Dynamike, but he is unintentionally infecting pretty much so everybody now. Another victim to the gems. Super interesting. So we have Shelly coming into the picture here. However, we have some context early this morning from Rick. We made it to November 15th, right as the day just starts. So we have the new journal entry here called Landscaping About Dead Guy in Bushes. They said it wasn't their problem. I don't want to deal with it. So whose problem is it? Bro, it says right in the journal, our first death at Starr Park is Dynamike. Things are heating up. So we're seeing a very linear progression here with the journal entry, the Easter egg videos, and the looping footage, where things were fine at Starr Park, but ever since those gems were uncovered, things are getting more and more messed up, to the point where we're at now, where people are dying. Man, we have Dynamike dead in the bushes. But as we've been keeping up with the format of these videos, this is just the beginning of November 15th, so something very well could be happening on this CCTV footage here today, but I'll be sure to keep you guys in the loop in a future video of what ends up happening. But that's all I have for you guys here. A very jam-packed episode of craziness with the CCTV video footage. I got a feeling it's just gonna get even more wild from here. But yeah, I would love to hear what you guys are having to say about all of this nuts stuff. And like I've been doing, I'll be sure to keep you in the loop if anything noteworthy happens. But yeah, thanks for watching everyone, and have a fantastic rest of your day. Peace out.